little chat about this comment, shall we? I've been racking my brains all day trying to think of another way to interpret this comment, which isn't negative. And I can't find one. Because I can't piece together in my head how somebody would see a video of somebody turning off their child's life support, crying, visibly distressed, turning off their son's life support, and be like, oh, don't listen to that, don't give up anybody else, don't make this decision, don't give up. Surely that isn't what Beth meant. Now, we talk about how Leo lived for 8 days. And that wasn't 8 days of absolute perfection, 8 days of Leo living his best life, running round the hospital wards. That was 8 days in neonatal intensive care where he was receiving life-saving treatment. That was 8 days of us slowly watching his tiny 838-gram body shut down. That was 8 days of watching his kidneys and liver fail. It was 8 days of him progressively having a brain bleed that got worse and worse before sepsis taking control and ravaging his tiny body. It was nights sat by his bedside where his heart rate dropped to a level that was incompatible with life. And we had to sit there and will to anybody that could potentially be out there that could help to please try and save him. Now, I've worked in end-of-life care and I've worked with children who have no quality of life, who are fully ventilated, who are unable to speak, unable to communicate in any way, and I have tried to give them a device, like an eye gaze device, to try and allow them some way to communicate with their family. And I left those appointments crying because there was nothing I could do for those families. So as soon as I could see that Leo was very poorly and that I didn't really think he was going to make it, me and James had a chat. I told him, he remembers me leaving the appointments I went to sobbing, absolutely inconsolable because of not being able to help this gorgeous child who had no quality of life. And we had a conversation and we said, if his health is very bad and he is not going to have a quality of life, then we will make that decision to turn off his life support machine. And now, Beth, your story, that's amazing that your child is healthy, but medical professionals don't tend to just tell people to turn off life support just for nothing, just for a fun day out. You are a very small percentage of people who are told or advised something and then by some miracle your child survives. We know from the progression that our child had in those 8 days, his tiny body, we know he would not have had a quality of life. His heart was pumping blood the wrong way around his body. His whole body was shutting down and he was on a bed that was vibrating just to try and help his body. It was awful to sit by his bedside and hold his tiny hand, willing something, some kind of miracle to make him okay. Now, that didn't happen for us, did it, Beth? No. But we didn't give up on him. We made the decision for our child that was the best decision for our child. And how dare you come to my page and leave ridiculous, hateful comments like this saying to others, don't give up. Because we're 6 years down the line now and we know we made the right decision. But I still get messages daily from people telling me that it haunts them that they had to make the decision to turn off their child's life support machine. And if you were writing ridiculous comments like this on one of their posts, when actually they were really vulnerable, it's just disgusting. So guys, don't be like Beth.